Welcome to Brunswick Beat,
Brunswick County's only television news show, brought to you by the Brunswick Beacon. I'm Rachel Johnson.
And I'm Stacey Manning. Memorial Day weekend, the traditional start to the tourist season in Brunswick County, kicked off with a bang. Many business owners said Memorial Day business was brisk during the weekend. Steady streams of traffic were evident in the seafood capital of Calabash, especially around dinner time when crowds gathered to wait for tables at local restaurants. Over at Holden Beach, Mayor Alan Holden said they had their busiest weekend in years. Even in Charlotte, foot traffic increased during the weekend, leading officials to think that Brunswick County may enjoy a bustling tourist season this summer.
When hurricane season officially kicks off on June 1st, the Atlantic Ocean will have already experienced two named storms. Tropical storms Alberto and Beryl marked the first time in more than 100 years that two named storms have formed prior to the June 1st start of the Atlantic hurricane season. Last Thursday, the National Weather Service released its official hurricane season predictions, and despite the early start, forecasters predict an average season. Forecasters have predicted between 9 and 15 named storms, 4 to 8 of which are expected to be hurricanes, and of those potential 4 to 8 hurricanes, 1 to 3 hurricanes are expected to be considered major hurricanes. In the June 7th issue of the Brunswick Beacon, look for the Beacon's Hurricane Survival Guide.
A supply woman has been arrested for striking her boyfriend with her vehicle and killing him. Sheriff deputies responded to a supply home around 9:45 p.m. Sunday, May 27. When deputies arrived, they found Michael Pate, 52, underneath the vehicle. Pate was pronounced dead on scene. Julianne English, 48, is believed to have been in a relationship with Pate. Detectives charged her with voluntary manslaughter for his death. English was taken to the Brunswick County Detention Center, where she was placed under a $100,000 secure bond. The investigation is ongoing, and sheriff deputies have requested an autopsy. In this week's Beacon, we feature the second part of our feature story about West Brunswick High School graduate Ben McCune, who was injured in Afghanistan when the truck he was in struck an IED. McCune medically retired from the U.S. Army on May 15th, but it was a long road to retirement after being injured in Afghanistan. McCune broke his back in the attack that killed his beloved platoon sergeant. That was in March 2010. More than 2 years later, McCune is still dealing with the effects of that March day in a war zone, including post-traumatic stress disorder and drug and alcohol abuse. Read more about McCune, including who he credits with turning his life around, in this week's Beacon.
Crowds of people turned out to pay tribute to veterans and soldiers, both past and present, this past Monday. Memorial Day events included two ceremonies in Calabash, one at the local VFW and the other just a block away, co-sponsored by the Calabash Fire Department and American Legion Post 503. Memorial Day ceremonies were also scheduled Monday afternoon in Sunset Beach and Monday evening in Charlotte. There was a 21-gun salute in the Plain of Taps following the reading of names of 27 veterans who have died in the past year. Brunswick County Sheriff John Ingram paid tribute at the other Calabash ceremony to ordinary people who responded in extraordinary circumstances.
Brunswick County Commissioners have scheduled 2 workshops for the upcoming fiscal year budget on June 7th and 8th. At their last meeting, County Manager Marty Lawing proposed Commissioners adopt a $196.2 million budget for the upcoming year, which begins July 1st. Lawing's proposed budget maintains the current 44.25-cent property tax rate. Commissioners will meet at 8 a.m. Thursday, June 7th, and again at 8 a.m. Friday, June 8th for budget workshops. Both workshops will be in County Commissioners' chambers in the David Sandiford County Administration Building at the County Complex in Bolivia. Commissioners will host a public hearing at 6:30 p.m. Monday, June 4th in County Commissioners' chambers. For the first time in the history of the Brunswick County school system, a reduction in force policy has been implemented. The move affects 38 full-time bus drivers after Board of Education members voted last month to revert to a single bell schedule for the upcoming school year. 17 employees have been reduced to part-time employment, while 20 have been hired into part-time custodial, child nutrition, and full-time bus driver or teacher assistant positions. The move came at the Board of Education's Personnel Committee meeting last Tuesday, May 22nd.
Brunswick County's first search and rescue dog, Sir Bailey of Judah, has passed away at age 14. Bailey, a Springer Spaniel, served on more than 150 searches during his career, which was filled with remarkable highlights and finds. Bailey was certified in wilderness air scent, human remains detection, both on land and in water, and as the first responder dog that responded to tornadoes and hurricanes. He found missing people from the mountains to the coast and was classified as a state resource by the North Carolina Department of Emergency Management and the North Carolina Department of Cultural Resources. Last year, he received congressional recognition when he retired. Read more about Bailey and his amazing service to the people of Brunswick County in this week's Beacon, available on newsstands now.
Hi, I'm Stacy Manning, Managing Editor of the Brunswick Beacon. Did you get engaged recently or married? Have you celebrated a milestone anniversary or did you have a baby? How about letting us share the news with our readers? You can email your social news to me at editor@brunswickbeacon.com or you can log on to our website at www.brunswickbeacon.com. Look for the Submit News icon near the top right-hand corner of the page. Deadlines are noon each Friday.
Welcome to the Beacon Sports Report. I'm Sarah Bauer. West Brunswick High School athletes were honored during the Senior Awards Program May 23rd. Jasmine Jackson has been named the Female Athlete of the Year. Jackson was an all-conference three-sport athlete. She has accepted a volleyball scholarship to North Carolina Central University. The Male Athlete of the Year was awarded to two three-sport athletes, Ronnie Dellinger and Taylor Buffkin. Dellinger competed in cross-country, track, and wrestling. In cross-country, he finished 10th in the championship 5K race and made all-conference. In track, he competed in distance events. In wrestling, he was the all-conference champion at 106 pounds. He finished 5th in the state tournament, and Buffkin competed in baseball, basketball, and football. In baseball, he played 15 games after not competing last year. Buffkin has been offered a full scholarship by Brevard University. He is a defensive back for the East All-Star team that will play in the annual North Carolina East-West All-Star High School football game in July in Greensboro. West Brunswick graduate Josh Williams is making his professional debut in the MMA circuit June 3rd at the Palace Theater in Myrtle Beach. Williams, 24, is scheduled to fight Joseph Cornioli, 23, who is 2-0. Warfare Fighting Championships is having its 5th installment of the South Carolina Ishka State Championships, featuring MMA fighters from the Southeast. At least 10 fights are already scheduled. Williams, a contractor at the Brunswick Nuclear Plant near Southport, was 5-1 in his amateur career. Win or lose on June 3rd, Williams wants to continue to move through the MMA ranks. Read all these stories and see more great photos in this week's sports section of the Beacon.
Introducing Undiscovered, the newest show on ATMC TV, which highlights local talent in Brunswick and Columbus counties. This family-friendly TV talent show features local residents who sing, write and recite poetry, perform comedy or monologue acts, play an instrument, or have a talent that is sure to entertain. Tune in Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays at 8:30 p.m. to check out Undiscovered on ATMC TV Channel 3. Undiscovered is also available on ATMC On Demand. Just tune to Channel 1.
Hi, I'm Stacy Manning, Managing Editor of the Brunswick Beacon. Do you have a community event you'd like to tell our community about? You can email it to me at editor@brunswickbeacon.com or you can log on to our website at www.brunswickbeacon.com. Look for the Submit News icon near the top right-hand corner of the page. Deadlines are noon each Friday.
Hi, I'm at Brunswick County Animal Shelter today with Daisy May. She is the sweetest black and white feist. She's about 8 years old, and her owners brought her here this week. They could no longer keep her. She is just the sweetest girl. She would make a wonderful pet for anybody who would just love a sweet little dog to keep them company. So come on out to Brunswick County Animal Shelter on Green Swamp Road, and you can visit with Daisy May. The visitation hours for the public to visit with the dogs and the cats available for adoption here are from 10 to 4, Mondays through Fridays. So come on out and visit with all these good animals who are looking for good homes.
Too Much Sylvia takes the stage this Friday to headline the summer concert series at Ocean Isle Beach. From 6:30 to 8 p.m. this Friday, June 1st, Too Much Sylvia will perform in the parking lot of the Museum of Coastal Carolina on Ocean Isle Beach. The family-friendly concert series is free and the public is welcome. On Saturday, June 2nd, Boiling Spring Lakes Parks and Recreation Department will host a Battle of the Bands. The family-friendly event kicks off at 1 p.m. Saturday at Spring Lakes Park, also known as Pine Lake. Bring your lawn chairs for an afternoon of great music, ice cream, and raffles. Over at Holden Beach, Gold Rush will take the stage at 6:30 p.m. Sunday, June 3rd at the Pavilion on the end of Jordan Boulevard.
Beginning in June, ATMC TV will air its newest show, The Coastal Kitchen. Karen Moschers of Ocean Isle Beach has been named host of the new bi-monthly cooking show. When ATMC TV decided to expand its programming to include a cooking show, staff asked for video auditions from the community. A longtime resident of Brunswick County, Moschers recently retired from her career in the eye care industry. She has taken courses at the Johnson & Wales Culinary School and enjoys preparing all types of cuisine, from ethnic dishes to appetizers, baking, and country cooking. Her personality and love of cooking great food will make the Coastal Kitchen an entertaining and savory option for television viewing. New episodes will air on the 1st and 15th of each month. Episodes will air daily at 4:30 p.m. right here on ATMC Channel 3.
Sunset River Marketplace Gallery in Calabash is observing its 10th anniversary with a month-long celebration starting this Friday, June 1st. Highlights will include free drawings for gift certificates, original paintings, prints, pottery, hand-blown glass, jewelry, and other items. There will also be artist demonstrations, live music, and other events from June 1st through June 30th. Other events include free artist demonstrations at the Calabash Gallery. Gallery owner Jenny Lassiter will kick off the celebration with an acrylics demo from 2 to 4 p.m. Friday.
It was just another busy day for Seaside Bakery owner Carolyn Wright when a couple stopped to ask directions. 30 minutes later, she said goodbye, and little did she know Seaside Bakery would end up in the travel section of the New York Times. Surprised and honored, Wright has seen an increase in her business since the article appeared in the May 20th edition. Customers have been bringing her copies of the paper and sharing in the fame. Located on Beach Drive in Ocean Isle Beach, the bakery is well known for its wedding cakes, but also serves coffee and pastries and muffin caps, as well as having a large selection of ready-to-go cakes. Wright says she never knew one casual conversation could change things so much.
That's all the time we have for tonight, but you can read all these stories and much more in this week's Beacon. If you have comments or suggestions for us at Brunswick Beat, you can email us at brunswickbeat@brunswickbeacon.com. Don't forget to follow the Beacon on Facebook and Twitter. Just search for Brunswick Beacon.
Thank you for joining us, and don't forget to tune in next week for a brand new edition of Brunswick Beat, Brunswick County's only television news show. We close out this week's program with images of prom found on this week's Be Seen page of the Beacon.